Type 1, Mute Freak, Step 2, Profit. So I have money on T1 this game. Slight favorites in the odds, and I think they'll definitely be favorite post-draft as well, because generally they're more talented, especially that bot lane. Gull and Ming are pretty solid, but they've been having a couple interesting flavors and definitely not been showcasing the best of talent that Gumyusi and Keria has. But Gumyusi has also been falling a little bit short in these past couple games. Lucian taking on the table is a good flex pick between Xiaohu and Gala. Gala notably got a pentakill on that Lucian before it was stripped away from him. The LeBlanc is really, really hard to counter. Even picks like the Lissandra, which is supposed to hard counter, have a really weak lane presence into the LeBlanc that she can abuse. So that's taken off the table. The Wukong is seen as a very, very good pick generally. It also opens you up for that Senna pick in the bot lane that T1's shown off. I think against AZE or DFM, I forget. The Kalista taken off the table is pretty interesting considering you can flex that around the Diana or just send bot lane. We'll see if the last ban here is an Ahri, maybe a Viego ban. Nocturne, in fact. So possible Lee Sin draft coming through here, considering both the Graves and the Nocturne banned away, but Viego would be left to outscale. We'll see if it is a first pick Ahri though. And into the Ahri, we could either see the Vex or we could see the Zoe matchup coming through. Faker has shown some prowess on that Zoe pick, but I don't know what jungler you would necessarily want to pair up next to the Zoe. If it would be that Lee Sin, or instead something like the J4 or even the Viego. Ezreal is also a really good pairing with that Zoe, so we could see Ezreal Zoe just being locked in here, getting that counter pick in mid and being able to safely blind the Ezreal. You can also potentially just pick jungle here, knowing that the enemy isn't going to pick another mid laner, especially not that Zoe. So you could pick the Viego instead. But instead, T1 opt for a slimmer draft profile, leaving less picks to be countered. RNG will look to pick the Kai'Sa. Gala has played both sides of this matchup, or has opted into both sides of this matchup, the picking the Kai'Sa into the Ezreal and picking the Ezreal to counter the Kai'Sa. And RNG will opt for the Nautilus pick here, instead of picking the priority pick of Viego in the jungle, which is quite interesting, as considering the Viego S tier pick generally, but also especially next to that Ahri. Both your playstyles line up pretty well. Also, the early Nautilus pick is pretty concerning as well. So T1 are going to opt to pick the Xin Zhao and then ban away scaling matchups in the jungle. Probably the Viego and the Diana banned away. Viego J4 banned away. Also, the early lane dominance of Zoe ensures that the early game is definitely going to be T1 favored. So we'll see how much that can affect this bot lane and nullify the early aggressive Nautilus pick that Ming has opted into here. RNG will probably ban away handcuffs next to the Ezreal in the Karma that Keria is known for, as well as the Leona. Potential top lane picks could be in the conversation. Braum is a pretty heads-up ban into the Ezreal as well, being able to block that charm, but generally I would want the earlier pressure into the Kai'Sa. Also, with that early Nautilus pick, we could watch out for a Renata ban as well. I'm interested to see what the last jungle ban is here. I did call the Viego ban, but we'll see what is picked here. Or not be able to pick. The Lee Sin ban is kind of interesting. Lee Sin would contest that early lane phase that Zoe would have prio in. So they're opting away for that. I do think J4 might have been a better pick in that slot, but I could just be wrong. Jax is wild, considered a very big counterpick into the Gwen, but if T1 picks support here, leave counterpick for top lane, we could see a Gwen or a Gnar counterpicked by Tryndamere, similar to what we saw in Evil Geniuses versus PSG. Leona Karma. Leona locked in, so we'll probably see what, J4 Gwen? Gwen can hop over J4 wall. Now we're gonna see Wei Volibear. Oh, make it stop. Picking Volibear and Nautilus. Wild. Very, very wild. I mean, hey, T1 doesn't have Renata, but overall, very, very weak pick from RNG. The Camille blind will come in, so I'll be fascinated to see what T1 opt into the Camille matchup. Either something early like Zeus's Zeus's Jace could be interesting, but they're just gonna opt into the Camille into Gwen matchup. Ooh, Gangplank would be fire. Nope. Okay, we're just gonna see the Gwen. So overall, very, very interesting draft is putting it politely for RNG, but we'll see. But T1 has a lot of early game playmaking and the capacity to let Zeus come through the back door and give him the business. So we'll see what's up though. Very, very interesting pick and ban coming through. A lot of jungle bans coming through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 jungle bans. Viego getting to round 2 of pick and ban is also very, very interesting. But I have to say the RNG are the carries, and Bin Zhao Hungala will have to do a lot of lifting for Wei and Ming into the late game. But if RNG can look to disrupt the mid prio that Zoe will have and target down Faker, could see some value coming through in that regard. God, I cannot believe they let Freak cast this game. Holy shit. Cuppy, who is a North American amateur and collegiate caster, one that I look up to highly, says the blind Camille is a counter into the Gwen. So, be interested to see how Bin plays this matchup on the Camille, considering he's known to kind of run it down pretty hard. Also, the Doran shield is very interesting into the Gwen. Ezreal has Nautilus pushed in for the 330 window in mid. Nice. So Owner does get value out of this gank. So the level 6 window that Gwen has, you're incentivized to fight on that 6, considering you get such a generous cooldown reduction from the buffs coming through for Gwen. So we could look for Owner to path back up there at the 530 wave. 545-ish for... Whoa, the flash here just from way. Does Keria flash away too? Alright, so flash is traded in the top lane. Very creative angle from Wei though. You really need that creativity if you're going to get value out of this Volibear pick that Wei's quite known for. So, very, very cool angle, but overly aggressive, which won't pay off. Both mid laners will hit level 6. Brilliant. So that level 6 angle being punished. Charm misses, so Faker's going to look to abuse the Ignite. Cleansed out. A heavy invade from Wei. Are they re-ganking? Oh, please. Brilliant play onto Ben. Boom. I'm just unstoppable with my bets. It's so crazy. It's just so insane. This is the 6th in a row that's hit. Faker's gotta watch out. Why did why did they do this? Why are we fighting 5v5 here? As Gumayusi's on the way. Yeah. Oh! Oh my god. Wow, Carrie's crazy. Holy shit. Trading this gold is really bad for the Volibear Nautilus team, though. Great hook shot from Ben. Can they get this tier 2? No, no shot. Volibear gets shredded, though. Volibear is a paper champion. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. What a play. There's a potential with the Riftmaker completion that you can get this tier 2. T1 could even look to generally give up this Drake, which is a play they often go towards in order to get this top tier 2. But no charge on the Rift Herald. Rift Herald, not Wrist Herald. Comes through, so. Great play from Ming overall. Definitely Giga Chad angle from the Nautilus. But it is going to be T1 taking this turret. Or taking this Drake, rather. Excuse me. So, Drake score is evening up. Very little chance for bounties to come online for RNG. So, they're going to have to play slow. Play around Gala's Kaisa. Very, very fascinating. Great play from Way. But that bot pressure means they're going to trade in the top and get this tier 2, which is really, really big for Gwen. He's dead. Xiaohu is a pretty talented mid laner, huh? You definitely want Xiaohu on Lucian, but hey, Ari's a great plan B. You can just give it to funnel gold into the Zays. Carry a caught out. They're gonna drop Herald mid here for pressure on Drake. Freak pointed out that the turret will fall. I don't know if this turret does fall. Freak was wrong. Who would have thunk? They get mid prio. Bid just into? Question mark. That's going to be a member down, which means this Drake is going to be T1 favored, and they could even grab mid pressure for this turret. Good play. Ben, buddy. Channel 5, baby. Channel 5. Behind enemy lines. Gala explodes Carrier, punishes him for trying his own way. Ming falls. Volibear soon to fall as well. Gala's going for it though. Gala does find it. Wow. Oh, the flash. Oh. Okay, Jesus fucking Christ. Freak. How are you flaming the best AD carry prospect we've seen in the world? What? Since like Jackie Love? Holy shit. Unhinged from Freak. I get it, the flash is bad, but yeah. T1 opting to flip this as well, leading into a bad team fight. Not optimal. Owner needing to flash the wall there is also pretty bad. Meg buys a lot of time here with the ult. Yeah, this is multiple times where T1 just fight an objective that they don't need to fight. They get the objective, and instead of at all costs peeling off the objective, they just force a fight because they think they're ahead. Well, they are ahead, but the longer they extend these fights, though, the larger potential that Nautilus and Volibear just get exploded. But Gala's having quite a good performance on his start pick in the Kaisa. It's like last MSI all over again. Wei is getting bursted down, as I earlier pointed to. Ezreal once again steals the objective. Gala's free hitting though. We do have to watch out. Gala's out of the fight, so they can look to disengage. But they press the on button on again. Owner dies to the Gala. But Gala finally bin falls at least. Gala could be killed here though, which would be a giant shutdown. And it's all three not soul laners, but all three laners here looking to get that shutdown from Gala. Zhao also has a pretty meaty one as well. Near 1,000 gold that Gala would give. Instead, they'll go for the turrets instead. So, significant amount of gold going on all three players here. Ming looking for some play. Bin is once again teleporting behind. Is Bin gonna drop again for this? Wow. Xiaohu instantly pops Gwen though. So Faker could just die again. But there's no objective to really lose here. So they're gonna fall here, but at what cost? Giving a larger shutdown from Gala over? T1 do need to be careful though. I will concede that much. One misstep, one bubble from Faker could be the end of Gala, so definitely have to watch out. But the cleanse coming through makes it a little bit harder. But I do not envy the AD carry that needs to fight into Zoe, Ezreal, Leona, though. It's pretty rough. But once you do start those fights, you need to get around those poke tools. The general low range that Kai'Sa offers is pretty good into the Xin pick, into the Gwen pick. God, I hate replays so much. We should be setting up vision on Drake when we next appear on the map. Both teams should be looking for it. As opposed to some sort of play on Drake, but instead we just get to see this really, really long extended replay. Generally, we see RNG hovering around the sig, trying to get bot pressure and mid pressure, so we can look for wards and bot side red jungle. Zero defensive stats from Gala though means that this is the fight. This is the one where T1 need to find the pick onto this. Or give a giant cash infusion to whoever does drop him. Also, Bin only has one item. Israel should get ult up again in time for a neutral objective. Oh, so they're just starting this right now. Wow. RNG knows T1 are priced into getting Drake control, so they're instead looking for a flip on this Baron. They have no tools to really prevent this. Bin falls for free. They get the Baron though. They need to force the fight though, so they can go Drake uncontested. Very good Baron call though. But they will tree soul away for it. They're pressuring mid instead. That's kind of saucy. Giving significant gold away to Gala though, but Gwen is looking to solo it. Volibear is gunning for this Drake. I think they've miscalculated here. They need to kill this way. Really, really big. Wow. No way. T1. That's actually just so gross. That's actually just so disgusting. I cannot believe that. Now Gala will have enough time for a QSS. Which means Bubble is useless. That's so disgusting. I cannot believe they just did that. Nice mid turret. Nice tier 2 mid. That's so gross. It's so disgusting. Bro, don't show it to me again. Don't fucking show it to me again. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Alright, well, T1 opted into a losing play here, for sure. Especially considering that Baron going over with the very, very wise Baron rush there by RNG. It's also just a heads up play from owner, not going for like a flash smite play onto the Baron and locking it up for the Drake play. But then he just goes top. Like, what? Give Gala the fucking inhib, even. Who gives a fuck? Just get Drake. But instead, owner goes top lane, and it's just fucked. Yeah. Dare I say embarrassing for T1. It was really, really bad. They played with their food too much. But again, one pick onto Gala. Gala opted for a BF sword instead of a QSS, which is obviously going towards that GA, but a very large window to potentially find some sort of pick onto Gala. Owner popped. There's no neutral objective though, so it's not the end of the world. Way's in the back line, but I think he just, oh god, they just lost. No way. It's so sad. It's just so sad. Incredible. I cannot believe they managed to throw the game that hard. That's so insane. That's so insane. Good showing from RNG though. Bin, not so much, but Gala just getting to coast by. I think definitely the most interesting thing of the tournament is Gala being able to play both sides of the Ezreal and Kaisa and opting into both sides. It's really good. First bet I've lost the entire Rumble stage. God. It's so gross. It's actually just disgusting. I don't know. There's a shot that maybe you lose with Hextech Soul there, but kind of revolting for sure. Kind of revolting. For sure. But thanks for watching either way. Watch my salty tears as my $2 goes down the drain. But